Al pie del Ávila majestuoso, a 920 metros sobre el nivel del mar, en un valle de verde geografía que se abre de este a oeste, surge Caracas, la capital de Venezuela.
And now, our feature presentation.
You are watching a master at work.
Go get some!
Hey, what's up? My name is Rafael Chasinas, known as El Capitán Rafucho, and welcome to another episode of Straight Outta Nation. And this is Thanksgiving week because you know what time it is. Time to bless and, of course, be grateful with the family, friends, all around this. And, of course, don't forget to eat some leftovers for the turkey sandwich, mashed potatoes, everything, because it feels like Christmas right now. All right, so make sure to subscribe to Capitán Rafucho on YouTube. And, of course, follow me at different social media. On Twitter, it's known as at Capitán Rafucho. On Instagram, Kick, and TikTok at Capitán Rafucho 93. And if you want to help and support this platform, this stream, you can make a donation by Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. All financial help is welcome. Now, for this episode of Straight Outta Nation, because not only we can talk about Raiders, only Raider Nation motherfuckers, but also we can talk about NFL, NBA, college football, college basketball, everything in one place, because it is the place to be. The culture or impact to get along with the football and, of course, the basketball all around the world, including this country, which is the United States of America. And we're loving it. We're loving it. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, right now we just get started with the bang right now. Because have you ever seen this Thanksgiving week between those three games, between Cincinnati Bengals versus Baltimore Ravens, Detroit Lions versus Green Bay Packers, and, of course, Kansas City Chiefs versus Dallas Cowboys? So I was figured it out that all these three games are absolutely banger. And to be honest right now, I was feeling it. I was really engaged to watch all these Thanksgiving games. And of course, I'm very happy the Kansas City Chiefs lost against Dallas Cowboys. Even though that some fans are going to tell that this is going to be the year, this is going to be it. But realizing for everything, I think the Kansas City Chiefs dynasty is getting in shambles. It's getting crumbled. Just like all the Roman Empire goes down for it. Because after they just lost against Philadelphia Eagles at the Super Bowl, and then they just lost again and again and again and again, right now they have a record of 6-6. Who are you going to think about? Travis Kelce and, of course, Patrick Mahomes. They're feeling shame. They just really feel in shame right now. But you know what? Those games are getting really interesting to this half of this right now. And I'm pretty much loving it right now. Pretty much, because they have so emphasis about for the defense, the offense, and of course, Baltimore Ravens, along with Lamar Jackson, it just felt like they really suck right now. But I'm very happy that the Kansas City Chiefs, they just lost against Dallas Cowboys because they know exactly what they're doing. Yep, they know exactly what they're doing. And there are some things that we didn't see really enough. Because I just wanted to tell you, fuck the Chiefs! Oh man, but somebody needs like the Snickers right now, because they don't even deserve like this name, spell it right, but I just love it right now, loving it right now. All right, so between for the Thanksgiving week that we just saw between Green Bay Packers versus Detroit Lions, also they have Baltimore Ravens versus Cincinnati Bengals, and Kansas City Chiefs versus Dallas Cowboys. I just wanted to tell happy Thanksgiving to all. But right now, let's just talk about for the Raiders versus Chargers preview on Sunday. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which is very important right now. But you know what? It all became for like the snap counts, development constantly. I mean, I just wanted to tell for everybody else. Let the rookies play. Let the rookies play for the loving God for this game between Las Vegas Raiders versus Los Angeles Chargers. Because you know why? Why? If we have another game where Tyler Lockett gets 60 snaps and the second pick, Jack Bedge, gets 9, I'm okay with that. But there are only 6 games left. We run out of time to see what the rookies have to offer. So I'm banging to tell Pete Carroll, let the rookies play. And Pete Carroll's stubbornness needs to give away to reality. And there's no more Chip Kelly excuses to lean on. And John Spatek needs to show some stones and give like Pete Carroll an ultimate before the game on Sunday and demanded to see the rookies out there. But I feel like Pete Carroll has must like PSD or some maybe mental breakdown because he's smart enough to see like the situation, but his brain is vapor locked because what's happening so far off of the reality. It is all the third coaching regime in a row where literally was nothing working it out. At the end of the day, Archie has to take a blame too. And they hire like a general manager who has a history of rebuilding teams and getting rookies playtime, who has a coach who is 74 years old in the league with the average head coach age of 47. And they need to play. The coaches are need to some real work and development. If they can do that, then this shouldn't be like right here that I would just like Man, that was just like an ideal bullshit right now. Hey, how's it going, Chew Rated Coverage? Salute to you. Also, there is Chewy. Salute to you. FKC. Salute to you. With my brothers. All right, so I was very amazed that it was pegged like the offense to simplify it a bit, which it might be conducted to opening the door for more young guys to get out there. But I still think that this staff is not going to throw guys out there to just to get out of here. Because if they believe that the rookies, the kids will make it a big difference makers that will play. Coaches don't want to sabotage their own success. Because I understand they want to play the rookies. But they're playing devil's advocate here. What if Badge just isn't good for the one practice? Does it light up? I think that all the rookie talk and pace and oil is to play them. And we're forgetting the simple that question. And not defending, not defended at all. But I just like, man, that just can't really happen. But the coaches say that Samir wasn't great in practice. And how? They don't even tackle the most practice because we need to see them in real game situations. Because what if we don't know about the playbook well enough? Can't handle assignments, between dropping passes, can run the rule well enough. I guess I don't know if it's the case, but if you're a rookie and you're not earning the reps, maybe that's the reason why they're not getting played. What I'm saying is the reason other that he's just being competitive. Maybe we just know. A return from Jack Badge was picked in the second round of 2025 draft. If Badge isn't good in scouting and coaching, Jones Patek and Tom Brady ain't shit. Jack Badge should be given like a lot of more playing during this time for the season, but he has like 8 catches for 92 yards, about 9 games getting less than 20 snaps in the game, and 6 of them are first downs. He averaged 11 yards per catch. That's pretty solid for a player that rarely plays. And he has 9 snaps against the Browns. Pete's already there to prove that they deserve to play. If they're not seeing the field, if we're getting down to one receiver, left cap and put them out, they're going to put like the play Iron Man football. Which is, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because we are 2-9. Everything Pete was done for like being sent us back. And I'm afraid that he sticks it around for like he get us back. He almost 80 at the time his dog was limited to the kid. If you guys remember Antonio Pierce was extremely inspiriting on the qualifier, but at least he loved the team. He happened to do like a quarterback flip in offense. If we're going to lose anywhere, I mean, I don't know this right now. Because to be honest right now, it seems like everything's doing something, but they do like everything, nothing. Everything, nothing. But if you guys remember what we saw between for Las Vegas Raiders versus Los Angeles Chargers, it was a high record, about like 63-21. It was on Las Vegas. If you guys remember back in 2023, when Las Vegas Raiders became like one of the most interesting plays that we ever see in the whole life. Yeah, 63 points against 21 for the Chargers. But I think between for the like last year, I think we're just like, man, after we just beating up Los Angeles Chargers by 63 points, and now we got this. I mean, what the actual fuck are we doing right now? But somehow, I mean, what it gets ugly, because I understand that Sunday's game against the Chargers could get ugly if the offense plays as bad as they can the past 2 games. Not to mention that the Chargers haven't forgot the 60-point game and Harvard doesn't like Carroll. What could it be so satisfying for Harvard than running the score and embarrassing the Raiders so bad and Peter's sons that might be fired that night, the following day? It couldn't happen because everyone seems like we're not at the bottom yet. Could be the final straw. Would comfortably seem like at the point that makes goals that say, let's get rid of Pete that we haven't seen already. We're fucking bad. We suck. I mean, quietly the most worst team in the entire league, and there is no final straw for everything. It's gonna be the shits. Things get still worse, and the players haven't started speaking it out as far as where, so they haven't completely quaking yet. I bet it's gonna be like the next trend of the Romania that's coming up through though. Because Graham is the most logical sacrifice lamb for Pete to preserve his job, especially if the team gets blown out. But also he's like the most logical interim head coach if Pete gets the Eds. So it's gonna be like a really wild to see what's happening next. But it really sucks because I think we have finally like a squad of guys that he could rely on. But we let the good chunk go down walk it off the season. Then we had to restart with Pete's style of defense. Not to really defend it, but just some of the coaches and back more to the players. But it's likely like house cleaning time again. And I think that Graham deserved like the head coach job, but for some reason the Mark is smarter than everybody else. They gotta smart it up, but it's not gonna really happen. Not in a million years. Hey, how's it going, Paula? TMGF11. Also, we got Paul $1.89. Raiders. Salute to you, Raider Paul. Salute to you. But between for this right now could be the final straw. Don't really fuck up with the draft position. Don't let the shit storm be nothing. Keep the staff in place until we secure the best possible pick that we get for the draft. The worst thing that Mark Davis was hired by Mike Daniels. The second worst thing that we hired and fired him before we locked the top 3 pick. We could literally have May or J.D. Daniels a quarterback and spending our picks going up for 4 for the best online defensive. But they've been saying a lot of worse than that. It's gonna be like a revenge game for getting Stanley fired. And I just hope that Gino or anyone with the last name Carroll gets the ads after. But the reality is, Pete is fired at the end of the season, regardless. Hoping to see like a divisional blowouts, insane. Saying the word Chargers fan like a 60-point blowout was a good thing when Stanley and Telesco were getting count regardless. Could it happen to let this one? Pretty sure a lot. Pretty sure a lot. Hey, salute to Bronze3307. Salute to you. Salute to you. Welcome to the chat. But between for like this game, I would just like more interesting because I hope it does. Because if we get into Carnival Ride and RIP to Brandon, they just wanted to get enough. But Kansas City Chiefs to Mercy announced in week 7. We just lost 31-0. Jim Harbaugh will have no mercy. And Chargers will give like 80 drop, but it seems like they pick off of the defense. But I don't know right now. Things are getting really worse. But Patrick Graham has been pretty mediocre outside of the offside of the season. But they would love to see that. But having to see that, I think that it makes it the end of the season. Having said that, if we can blow bad and P doesn't play our young guys, they will fire up. If he gets the ass during the season, they could name Patrick Graham as interim head coach. Could be it. Could be it right now because I think it's gonna be like really crazy enough for this right now. They're starting to anything. And between for Tyler Lockett, which I mentioned before, good thing is only 33. And they look forward for this development. Because signing Tyler Lockett wasn't about Pete getting this guy, but it's about the trying to help familiarity with the struggling quarterback in this place, some of the worst development of his career. We all know that Gino's trash. Lockett was bonded to help them with the less trash. Also, Michigan is sued to follow Jacoby trade. The difference is Lockett can stay. Somehow Gino can see like a throw lean clean passes or everything ducks vertically balls. But honestly, don't hate a Tyler Lockett because being the right receiver room for the next season as a bad for the younger guys, he's definitely got some juice left. And is also cheap. And also he's a testament how poorly he had developed for the rookie wide receivers or how questionable those picks right there. There are so many potential problems to give it on the team of third. It is really thought to say precisely that they're getting it wrong, but Lockett at least have a chemistry to Gino, but maybe it is. It all it is right now, ladies and gentlemen. But it seems like they have a lot of defense coming up there for a while. Because somehow this could be like the good or the worst wide receiver core on the league. He has 12 receptions for 133 yards and no touchdowns. What's going to be the point? The group is bad enough for the lead that it seems join it. That is a good trade. The fact that he was a Seahawks retreat, whose double chart reference is negatively affecting the rookie wide receiver, whether you like it or not. We draft him and should be doing more to delve over the confirm or not. What does it mean to you? How in the hell is going to be so much fine, but they have to adjust there to make Geno sting less? Our receivers are way too small, and Trey Tucker should be like a slot because he's on size Y, and Lucky should be a slot at this point that he can play Y. Makes he's a power slot who can play the outside to the NFL against cornerback 1, cornerback 2, and Thornton can't play the X because his rule tree is so limited. It's a complete mismatch for the cornerback 1 that he can't play the Y. He even thought he's perfectly built, he can catch. But that team needs like a true X wide receiver. And I pray that I don't try to get Ayuk. No. Because first and foremost, Brandon Ayuk, he's a cancer. And number 2, he's a freaking Y who's never been proved himself as a Nets. Could be anything wrong, but man, we cannot wait to see everything about it. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, after we can talk about between the preview between Las Vegas Raiders versus Los Angeles Chargers. So I just wanted to drop with a video that I just saw from the nightcap between Shannon Sharp and also breaking it down why the Raiders franchise became like dysfunctional. And I just wanted to put like a video to show up to see how dysfunctional is this team right now. So right now, I just wanted to put the video right now. So I just wanted to pause it off with the background music. And right now, we're gonna roll the tape, the courtesy by Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco by Nightcap, talking about why the Raiders are dysfunctional. So roll the tape, please.
And I think the thing is for the Raiders, and this is probably a lot that has to do why the Raiders have so much dysfunction, because they don't have and they haven't had stability in a very long time.
Right.
They don't have a coach longer than a couple of years. They don't have a GM longer than a couple of years. They can't find a quarterback. They keep thinking that they're going to find that everybody is not meant to be Mahomes or Lamar or Josh Allen or Joe Burrow. Sometimes you're going to have to win with, say, a lesser, maybe not a tier 1 quarterback, but maybe he might need to be in that tier 2, and then you get better pieces around him, Ocho. But this notion that everybody from the beginning of time has always had a number 1 quarterback is just not true.
No, but this is the thing, Unc. If you don't have a quarterback that's not like Brady or not like Mahomes or your Joe Burrows or your Lamars, then your drafting prowess has to be that much better and being able to build around them. So you have to hit on your draft picks and the supporting cast, around your quarterback in order to have success. If you don't catch one of the big fish like a damn Mahomes or a Josh Allen.
Yes.
So that comes down to that's on the organization as well. But it's very difficult. It's very difficult to hit not only on draft picks, but to make sure they're going to stick, for 10 years or more. Unless you get a quarterback, but it's up in the air.
So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco talking about why the Raiders became dysfunctional. Because, not to mention, he never had like an average defense. So that's why that I'm not like the quarterback no matter what camp, because the team needs to show up and can manage with the rest of the roster properly before even rallies. Because I'd rather have like a well-built team with an okay quarterback whose floor is 8 wins, the team that could be on the top, but it depends if the quarterback not get cream and immediately make us terrible. But this is going to be like another theory right now. My theory. But they need to hire a young guy, let him fail not to go to hire, watch up all head coaches, and maybe 3 years left. Antonio Pierce wasn't perfect. He definitely deserved to be fired, but the only one difference that I give him is that they could have built a culture and maybe he grew into something that we'll never know. Now we're at the game with a team with a really good star players, even about surrounded to them was really, really bad, including to the coaching offense. But I'm really questionable about like the dilemma coming out there. Hey, how's it going, my brother? That's my dog. Night Raider Nate, how's it going? Raiders. Salute to my brother. All right, to continue to everything about for the video of Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco. So between for like this right now, I just feel like I'm questioning about like the dilemma with Pete, Mark, Tony Spector. The media is trying to paint it out that Mark won Pete Alves. He panicked it with Ben Johnson. Raven, Cohen were taken, so it went down for the retreat road. Tom questioned about the hire, so he vouched for Chip Kelly to control the offense and Jones Patek to be the long-term general manager without Pete's opinion. They decided it was the safe route to go down for because he can build a future, whilst Patek built the roster and chip the ball for the offensive players. Unfortunately, they did not expect the dilemma with those three. Patek tried to immediately impact player in the first, with the rest being in development projects. But unfortunately, Pete doesn't want to actually develop those projects and prefers playing bets because they're more likely to win plays. This is horribly wrong since these veterans are no potential, but Pete is too stubborn to actually change things, which they caused Chip and Graham to play a scramble offensive line, wash veterans on all defensive system that doesn't work, and a regressed quarterback. And Gino's supposed to be like the quarterback when he built the team, but unfortunately he was regressed infinitely when no one expected to be happen. That led to the bands of the blame game, but this actually be like our dysfunctional year since 2017. Remember Jack Del Rio? Everyone's against each other. My opinion is that Martin's gonna fight Pete, but they're not paying he part of ways. And Josh Patel will hire the head coach since he was hired to be the future head manager of this team. But constantly in coach is key. Each piece improves and all the pieces and start with the trenches. A great offensive line makes your average quarterback great. A strong defensive line makes the average secondary great. Because, to be honest right now, it seems like they have a drafting the quarterback right now as lunacy. He'd get killed with a tail, but like stable offensive line is some guys are the defensive first. No more skilled offense players until they have a foundation. And it all starts with Mark Davis because he was speaking the truth. And Chad Ochocinco, I mean, he agreed with that. And of course, Shannon Sharp, he was talking about the truth. Drafting the quarterback that year will be idiotic. And only for this year, quarterback will be impressive, but we need to build the line for Gentry, the next quarterback. Also, we need a wide receiver for, say, quarterback to throw it. People want to force that pick because we had to trend in the first round. It's absolutely stupid. Absolutely stupid. And I think we allowed Patek an opportunity to build another this team for the next 2 years. A lot is high for the coach and the management. What? And of course, training your young franchise-winning coach is the worst move that you can make in football. Let's start here. Look what has happened since. Because every time we see like, oh, if Derek Hart is going to be gone, we're going to get anything better. No, they're not. I mean, if Derek Hart was there for Las Vegas Raiders, we should have won, and of course, the playoffs. Playoffs? It could have happened. But since Derek Carr was left, there's a bunch of quarterbacks who made it worse. Not to mention Jimmy Garoppolo, Geno Smith, and of course Gardner Minshew. And somehow for the AOC, which is Aiden Nakano, it became so even anything worse. And I'm telling you about this, folks. Mark Davis hired bad general managers and coaches who can draft and overplay in free agency for questionable talent. He gets frustrated. He fires them. Then hires a new one. It's a cycle of doom. A cycle of doom. My goodness. And there's no stability in the front office, personnel, and coaching, and horrible draft picks, no piece to really utilize. Then you have a new front office and coaching staff blowing out of the game. Derek Carr was a quarterback they referred to that wasn't A tier, but you can build around. Offensive coordinators changed so much around here that seasons where I wanted it so many times that I had to work with. They give Shaw running for his life. Build on the trenches. Come on, man. Because why we just suck? Because they can draft, and they're ultimately landed second chances. It feels like every watch player has to play a season for the Raiders before returning. And they're constantly trying to catch lightning on the bottle. They refuse to commit to being a tough, solid football fan. But man, why can I tell it about this right now? Why can I tell it about this right now? We have an owner who thinks a bold cut looks good and doesn't really know that about how smart it is. But at the same time, it wasn't. It wasn't. So that's explain it all. That's really explain it all. That we're just lacking for offensive line. And not to mention why, because take it for example. Bengals went to the Super Bowl with that quarterback Joe Burrow. Then we had the kind like the quarterback that you're talking about you rather have. How many times did we even win 8 games? I would much rather than the quarterback that take us to the top than the quarterback who's maybe probably that's average. The guy who might get us 8 wins. Could be no matter what camp, because I understand that you're not going for the merch to have no that. If we had to give that quarterback a let the real around him, that's because it should be easy building a team to try to get quarterback later. But not every quarterback is going for that level. It doesn't mean that you pass it off for the quarterback, that you have the chance to get one. If you're not in a position to get a quarterback, then you have to build it off for the rest of the team until you do. Pretty simple. And before that, Geno Smith was there. I was wishing to get Baker Mayfield. Yeah, Baker Mayfield. Because Raiders wanted him a few years ago. But they wanted to say, oh, he sucks, he's tradable, he's in this and that, because he had one down year when he was hurt. Now the Browns wish they kept him. Have you ever seen how Sam Darnold has been playing? Right now, it's pretty good for the year. I will be perfectly okay with Mayfield or Sam Darnold, but not Geno Smith. You guys seem to prefer the main shoes, Aiden O'Connell, Geno Smith type of the quarterback, not the ones who are actually good. So you're not against drafting the quarterback, but you're against drafting the quarterback? You must be afraid that we'll swing and miss. So we should never take it a chance. Not of the first round pick at least. Because you think that us are too fucked and don't have like the pieces to help a quarterback succeed? We don't have like a young dynamic running back who can help to take pressure off. We don't have a young dynamic tight end duo which they have the potential to be like the best since Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski. Before Hernandez said he wants the street fame instead of like NFL fame, we wouldn't have a Pro Bowl line tackle to keep the rookie to protect. Yeah, if we draft a rookie quarterback, he definitely will look at an empty cupboard. And we have 0 chance at success. What's going to happen? What is going to happen right now? But it seems like they have other problems coming out there for the quarterback. I'm saying that a good quarterback is part of the equation. Going to see it. Everyone thinks that has to be. Young quarterbacks in particular need to be the good situation with systematic redundancies in place to develop up and not to be prosper. We have a guy who has been top 10 last year, looking around, drawing up the ass because of the mirror, the problems, and that team that are both coaching the person. Even we got a head coach who doesn't even play rookies, and that's the environment that we want our new guy to start in. Yes, we need to upgrade the position, but anyone who thinks to throw with a fresh college volley behind center and solve the problems is besides dreaming. And I'm not against that. I'm not against that, ladies and gentlemen. But I would love to see that. Hey, how's it going, Alternate Sports? What is up? Salute to you, Alternate Sports. And I know that some people are watching because I know they're still doing for the Thanksgiving week, all this kinds of stuff. Because I know that I'm going to do like a short stream coming up there for the Raiders versus Chargers. And to be honest, right now, between for the live stream that I just got from yesterday, it was absolutely like the fan base. Because at this point right now, and some people are just talking about like the rest of the issue. And yes, over the last few days, they want to come shine a light behind for the scene situation because we got a sensational dysfunctional problem. Not sure what's going to be like the best steps forward, but there's need to be agreement to everyone how exactly to pay to turn the team around and follow through. Maybe Tom Brady needs to step back and let the people who are this job. Spencer needs to tell Pete what we need to see to the rookies. You also need to do like a better job with the needs. In our situation with a lack of talent in our online, it's him. Pete needs to fire the Suns and put someone better on the place. If they have hindering development in the online, and Gino will be like, he will be set for the remainder for the season. I'm just telling. Everyone seems like the guy trying with the hot car dar, trying to figure it out who did this. I don't think that anyone's expected to be like really bad and pointing at the blame at everybody else. If Payne came to here to win now, it wouldn't make any sense to hire him or to intend to tank the season. Spatek got a quarterback, drafted a running back, but failed to get drafted of starters and defense and rebuild the offensive line cap, and it was a Spatek pick. At the same time, he probably didn't want to overpay for free agency and didn't anticipate two starters in the online getting injured and they have injured issues of a year before. But how much rebuilding the offensive line they actually we need is a big question mark. As for the chip situation, Charles, we haven't done much of the same online for the last season, where the online was middle of the pack compared to the other teams. For God's sake, because the reason decided to play musical chairs with the online, and Pete has like, yeah, he has a very side for like GPG. Jackson Power Johnson, despite being the highest grade online for the last season. But it's been like a mess. No matter the coach and the manager, everything. It all became started for the trenches. It is not that really clear that we want to. Not that really clear. And right now, I just wanted to tell before that, because during the game between Las Vegas Raiders versus Los Angeles Chargers, right now, because it's going to be on CBS at 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time, 1:25 Pacific Time, and now they're coming out in red. And it's not Kansas City Chiefs, because Kansas City Chiefs play against Dallas Cowboys. So right now, I just wanted to show you like an image coming out from the map, because yeah, it seems like off of this part right now, it doesn't seem like it's making any sense, because how in the middle they have like a part of this little coverage between Las Vegas Raiders versus Los Angeles Chargers. Because check this out, folks, because all part of the red right now, they gotta cover Buffalo Bills versus Pittsburgh Steelers, and then for the blue one, which is part of the all around for the California, part of the Nevada, they want to show up Las Vegas Raiders versus Los Angeles Chargers. And we didn't have like a national TV coming up there. So I was just like, man, this is getting really worse. really, but really, really worse than a doubt. Really, but really, 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 really worst. And between for the case of Geno Smith, before we're getting to the end, but now because I know there was something that I was getting bold about for the Geno Smith situation. When did Radio Nation get so soft? Because there are so many bent off of the shade because Geno Smith gave the bird to someone that personally was talking shit and doing the same. If they're gonna miss something, they will let it know because it just looks and feels like a ton of people are taking personality. Things are bad, but we have better things to worry about this right now. And there's nobody bigger than the show. To the more casual viewer, it's easy to see Geno not producing and just call it there. The reality is, Geno's has underperformed. Chip Kelly has one of the worst play callers in the league, and our line is terrible. It's not that they really piss or they flip someone off. It's basically told to the nation, F you. The people that literally makes this lifestyle possible, like the relationship is unsubstantiable at this point. I get it. The fans will live it and all, but he's gonna be professional. He can't display himself like that. I don't know, because some of the fans pay enough and fed up. And Geno has no reason to be salty. He has been second enough for all the year, then to pay regardless. What did we expect? He's supposed to be like a leader, a professional. Flipping home fans show up, they sucks all three. He's one that don't say anywhere to throw away, so who cares? Right now, winning now it is about the giving the finger, but a lot of the praising for giving like the finger, the bigger boss, the same guy is comical. It's the finger. Get over it. Enjoy watching the game with a sack non-stop every week, but between for the Geno Smith, this guy getting millions of dollars, like playing all dog shit. Keep playing like dog shit. They refuse to come with me for playing dog shit. Doesn't give me like the bird to the fans to play this awful product. As long as the fans really crossing any line, Geno needs to shut the fuck up and accept it. Accept his accountability. And what's up with this guy who made $100 million playing the game and flipping off for the fans for saying mean things? Unless his fans are saying something about Geno family or something racist, but Geno's made this look like a bitch. And specifically, some of those fans, those fans that are mentally fragile, they got a limited exposure to the complaints, everything, because why is this happening right now? Why did this happen? I mean, come on there. Because the real thing is, because I understand there was a lot of Raider fans who became part of the game, their experiment, and of course the experience about for the ups and downs. And I've been seeing a lot of Raider fans going up there for the last game in Oakland. And I've been seeing a lot of videos, documentaries, all around this. Because I understand that being a Raider fan, it's not for the weak. Being a Raider fan is not for the weak. It's for the hardcore fans that we love to see. Doesn't matter what. Doesn't matter if we win, lose, or tie. We're still representing the Raider Nation till the day that I die. And I know because I'm the Capitán Rafucho. Because sometimes I know that I had a lot of mistakes coming out there, but it's somehow I learn it. And I speak with my heart. I speak with the truth. Everything. Because some of those persons doesn't want to hear the truth. Because the truth will always prevail. And I know my heart and soul are really proud to say those words coming off of my mouth, which is exactly the truth. All right? It's just like that. Hey, how's it going on, TC Soldier? Have a great show, bro. I'm in work. I'll salute you on TC Soldier, so God bless to you. And right now, I know that some persons are getting to the work right now, but right now it seems like I'm getting bald right now. And salute to Millennial Raider. Salute to my brother, Millennial Raider. One of the coolest fans that I ever see in my whole life. which he had a great content, not only NFL, but also in the wrestling. So, what can I tell you about this right now, folks? Why can I tell you? Because I understand that some persons, they're actually in work because I know it's Black Friday. I know it's after Thanksgiving. And some persons, they have like the week free and somehow. And here's the last thing that I just wanted to tell you about this. Because I know that it might be triggered a lot. Because I understand that I'll try to do all the things my best, providing live streams. And I'm very proud that I have a platform to speak and, of course, to create something that the people will love to enjoy it. Because I know that I'm the pioneer of calling play-by-play games in Spanish, not only on the NFL, but also on the NBA, sometimes in college football, sometimes in college basketball. And I know that I can speak both languages, which is Spanish and English. And all we're training for the podcasting, which is Straight Outta Nation, and the Combat Club is actually speaking English. And of course, many of the play-by-plays, watch parties and reaction, it becomes to English or Spanish. And I became a pioneer for that. And people that just told me to say, oh, you're such a liar, you're such a traitor, you're such a bad person, you should not belong here in this community. Because look at this right now. Even though that I look ugly, even though that I wear glasses, even though that I have the worst hair that I just got out my whole life, because I know that my hair grew up and I know my beard is still growing. So you don't have to judge right now, even though that I look ugly. But at the same time, I'm being blessed. I've been grateful to be who I am. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I learn some mistakes, if I create something new, because I know my life purpose, my life goal is to be the best. Not actually the best, but also being myself and be something really great that I really love. I mean, since 2021, it became something part of my life, providing content creator. And of course, I had the opportunity to interview and of course, I had my thoughts with some cerebral content creators. Besides that, and of course, I didn't have pretty much like the pause and the career, but it doesn't stop at a lot. It doesn't, because I know that some people, they're getting like, oh, this guy that they are here. I mean, this guy is never recommended for the community, because I understand that some people that say, oh, look at this, Ref is in the building right now, because and sometimes I watch in several live streams when I'm getting at the work or getting to the break or something like getting free, because I know that I support every content creator in different fan base. Like, for example, I got a lot of friends and content creators on the Radio Nation that it became my family. And of course, I had some content creators for the Philadelphia Eagles, New York Giants, Miami Dolphins, Atlanta Falcons, which is the team of the NFL, including Atlanta Hawks, including for North Carolina, just like that. Because I know that me, as a person, as a human being, as an Asperger's syndrome, graduated journalist, because some people, it's like, oh, you're a journalist? I mean, when do they have work on TV, on radio? Because before getting to the United States, I was working at radio and TV. And I was a former karate do champion when I was a kid. And I learned about discipline, self-defense, everything, and about constantly and compete to be the best. So I'm gonna say that about it. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, right now we're getting to the end right now, so thank you very much to having us for this episode of Straight Outta Nation. Thank you, Choose Ray Coverage, Another Radio Nate, on seats holder, and of course, salute to Ultimate Sports, Paul, TMGF, Paula, Millennium Radio, Lord Q Ball, Salute to everybody else. And I just wanted to tell it about this, guys. I'm about to drop the Combat Club reaction between for tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And of course, I just wanted to drop it a little surprise coming out there. So there it is, folks. Get ready for tomorrow for Survivor Series in San Diego at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time, which I'm going to bring the best of the best of the best of the best, bringing the thunder and lightning of the best in wrestling, which is Survivor Series War Games. And yes, I know it's getting really cold right there, but I would love to see that. Yep. And right now, I just wanted to tell you, thank you guys for joining us for this episode of Straight Outta Nation. This is the Rush and Shine Friday between for the Raiders versus Chargers preview. I might get live on Sunday providing the play-by-play between Las Vegas Raiders versus Los Angeles Chargers. So I just wanted to tell you, thank you guys. And one last message. Be grateful. Be blessed. Be yourself. And of course, wake up. Choose violence. And of course, mentality 100% with no excuses. That's the mentality that we need it for. Because, like I tell you folks, being a Raider fan, it's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. It's for the hardcore fans that we live for the game. So I just wanted to tell you. Thank you guys. And of course, fuck it, the Chiefs! And by the way, today is the Black Friday game because y'all remember about Raiders versus Chiefs. Yeah, Raiders versus Chiefs on Black Friday. That we love it. About for the last week. And I just wanted to tell you, thank you guys for joining. I'm out of here. So thank you, and I hope you see it there on the Combat Club. Take care, folks. Right now, here it is.